How to web scrape eBay. Now, I've been working on this for a little bit of time actually, because it's not as obvious as it may seem. I'm using a plugin called Xpath Generator, which is free. So if you want to follow this tutorial, I'd suggest you went over and got that and installed it. It's very, very good. Now I'm just going to, I'm just going to copy that, because that's actually the answer. I'm going to put it somewhere so that I can refer to it again if something that doesn't work. Now, it wasn't that easy, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to scrape a single section here of all the products, and then we put that into U-bot, and then we can do work on it to extract the image URL, the images, and download them, and the title. But when you do that initially, so let me just refresh this whole page so that that is vanished, and we're going to run the Xpath generator over here. The Xpath generator is going to allow us to hover over a certain section. Okay, so I'm going to hover over until I get what I think is the whole section, and there it is, and it's Alt-A to be able to get that. And what you notice here, down on the right hand side there, we've got 64 of them. The problem that I found with having 64 of them was that, okay, it all looks good, so we highlight that. Is that the Xpath we want up there? As you scroll right down, you realise that there's this sort of orphan here on the left, and we don't really want that. It's going to potentially mess everything up. It's a sort of advert. So it means that the Xpath included that. So how do we get around that particular problem? I'm going to show you, okay? And this is sort of more about Xpath than it is about anything else. Certainly more about Xpath than data harvest, but it's extremely important to understand. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've sort of started from scratch here, and we're going to sort of clear that test. What you can do is you can define initially over here, like I'm going to now. See there? Not quite there. You can define initially the area in which you want to generate the Xpath. In other words, this is called the prefix. In other words, that says we're only going to look for items that were in within that particular box, and then we can go back and we can say, well, what was the Xpath that had the 64 items in it, and we can literally just paste that on the end of it. That's what we had when there were 64. So we've isolated the Xpath of the area that we want to search, and we're going to test that. Okay, and you see now we've only got 63, and if we scroll down, you're going to see that that little orphan on the right hand side is not included. Therefore we have refined the Xpath, and that is actually the end of this particular tutorial. It's about Xpath and how tricky it can sometimes be, but this is, and you see it up there, if you want to, I'm going to put that in the base of the YouTube video. That is the Xpath to capture a single section, a single product item on eBay. Thank you for listening.